Alright, so I was not going to record this. In fact, I was planning on... I wasn't feeling it too much, right? I know I needed to put up a first YouTube video. Because I really have nothing better to do, to be honest. Without it to get me anywhere. But, I don't even watch it to begin with. I really hope people do that. I mean, I'm decently monotone, honestly, and kind of just bothers me. I was listening to a previous attempt, alright, and I realized that I really just sound like I have no personality. I really sound bland, and it bothers me a lot. Like, I wouldn't watch myself. That's how I feel. You know, do unto others as you would do unto yourself, and honestly, I wouldn't put that on myself or anyone. So, if anyone checks this out and they're like, oh, okay, I don't want to listen to whatever I have to say because, you know, my voice is kind of, you know, boring, just drop it. I mean, I don't care. I'm not your dad. Go for it. I'm not gonna force you to stick around. I would never want to do that. And my mic just tipped over for a bit. I wonder how that'll sound on the audio. I will have to edit that out, maybe? Whatever. Mess up here or there, it's alright. I doubt it'll make a difference because this run already looks OP. You know, I wasn't going to, you know, do this, but I got Gunther, and then I decided this run was actually just too good. It was a bust run. And if I were to do a first run, it might as well be, you know, extremely good, right? Because then I can show how amazingly lucky I am. Because my last recording, it was supposed to be my first. I might post it if anyone sees it and decides they want to, you know what I was talking about. Because I thought I had some decent conversation topics in my last one. But, I just didn't post it because, you know, about almost to the rat, my brother had come home, and I used his room, okay? I'm not gonna belabor the point and be like, oh, yada yada, got busy, couldn't do it. No, my brother came home, and I really don't want to bother him in his room, which is the only room I'm able to talk to myself in without everybody thinking I'm a weirdo, you know? So I decided to use his room, and he'd come back a bit earlier than I expected. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he came back earlier than I expected. How rude. No, he's fine. I just scrapped it. I did record. I recorded the half of commentary of what I did before he got there, and then instead of I didn't scrap it all, you know. Oh, I don't like this. I didn't scrap it, but I left what I had done already in my computer. So if anyone wants to see it, if anyone out there is watching this and decides they want to see that, I'll post it. But it's in 2 parts, which is, once again, an inconvenience. And, it's in 2 parts. The second half doesn't have audio, and it's basically just a really overpowered run, where I once again got a black chest with an amazing item. I had gotten the Gungeon strain, and I really don't know why it is that whenever I decide I'm gonna stream, or not stream, but record this on a YouTube video, it just decides to give me an overpowered run. You know, call it luck, I guess. Streamer's luck. I don't know. Beginner's luck. But if you really like to see these OP runs, I guess you just follow me, because all runs are OP when you're this good. Nah. You know. I don't know. Like, alright, so I decided to do this now because I really don't like having plans messed up, you know. I had a plan today, but it got screwed up because my friend had to decided, you know, oh, whoops, I actually have plans, and they ditched the ones that we made. And I was kind of pissed because I was like, well, you could have told me yesterday that you had those instead of saying, hey, let's do this, and they completely bail on me halfway through. I think that's kind of a dick move. So I don't know. I'm not gonna hold it against me. Now everybody's got their agenda, but I really wish he wouldn't have been so preemptive about making plans for today, right? Being prepared is one of the most important things when it comes to like planning. And you know, I should have texted him, hey, are we still on? But I feel like it was necessary, right? It's like, what else would he be doing? But of course, he had stuff to do, and you know, I just got screwed. So basically, what I was trying to do at a library to volunteer and possibly get a job will be postponed. I mean, what can you do? I probably go there, you know, Monday, and they're open most days except for Sunday. It's fine. I don't know. So this run is a win. I think it should be a win. Like, I don't see how I lose. If I make it to the rat with like 6 or more HP, I think I'm guaranteed not to, you know, screw it up by getting hit too much. And we've already gotten Gunther up to level 2, so it's getting pretty amazing. One of the things I do want to talk about is publicity, right? Publicity is something I have to, you know, adventure, I guess is the way to call it. Seeing as I want to try and do this, right? And in my opinion, all publicity is good publicity. It's not something that, you know, oh, it's awful, you know. This happened, and they started giving you news coverage. How bad? I guess it's a lot better when you're a film star. Haha. Try not to get hit. But okay. I think it's a lot better. But like, in this instance, if I'm a YouTuber, if I'm a beginning YouTuber, you know, I say something, you know, mildly controversial, and somebody like picks up onto it, you know, I would be sort of okay. Depends on what I said, you know. I don't go out of my way to offend people, you know. Alright, I don't know how you guys, the rest of the world, feels about jokes. Like in high school, one of the things me and my friends used to do is make jokes about, like, you know, the gulag, like Nazi jokes, right? And one of the girls in our school took a very big offense. She was extremely not okay with it. And you know what? I don't hold it against her. It's understandable, honestly, but I didn't see it as much of a problem because I'm not actually racist, is the thing. Or I don't have a thing against Jews or anything, you know. I'm overall a pretty okay guy. I mean, I'm not the most, like, amazing personality, but I'm definitely not like, oh, the next coming of Hitler. I mean, not yet, I hope. Look, if I were, I'd tell you guys beforehand, and you know, be like, hey, put a bullet in my head. But I thought it don't matter, cause like, let's be honest, and people like me, like average people, right? When are you ever gonna get the ability to gain as much power as he did? He was just a guy in the military, you know, who just so happened to come home, you know, Jews were part of banks and all that stuff. You know, Hitler's just considered himself a guy of like, I'm not even too certain on it anymore. He's still on an excuse, right? He's like, oh, blame it on someone, and that was his political campaign. And everyone was like, well, yeah, we need somebody to blame as a scapegoat. It was like really shitty, honestly. And then when other people, you know, I didn't say anything about it until it was me. That whole type of deal happened after that. Sucks, I guess. I mean, honestly, it's like, you should have seen it coming. I don't think we can upgrade a key. No, we gotta destroy it. Oh well. Hopefully junk. Oh my god, let's go. It's actually such a good run. I really like the ability to fly. What I don't like is the logistics behind this robot. Okay. Hear me out. The robot can be affected by fire and poison. Now I understand electricity, okay. You know, DAE, electricity powers the robot. Right, I understand that. But where does poison and fire come into all this? You know, who's the robot who's like, oh, fire, my weakness. Maybe you'll melt, but you'd have to be standing in it for a pretty long time. Like, I feel like the robot should have some resistance to that. And in poison, I don't even get the logic behind, right? How does the robot affected by poison if he can't even, like, intake poison? He can just touch it, you know. What's going on with the robot? Okay, I don't understand. It's really dumb, okay, in my opinion. So I honestly think the robot shouldn't be affected by poison at all, but that might just make him OP. But you know, nobody plays him to begin with. And who goes into this game like, ooh, the robot, my favorite character? No, everybody's like, oh, I love the hunter, or oh yeah, give me the. I see all these people play the soldier, and I really don't understand why. No one plays the pilot, or the hunter, or the convict. Okay, I always see the soldier, or the bullet. Never the robot. For some reason, never the robot. I don't think it even I don't think the robot's even a negative at all. You know, I think it just makes the game a bit more exciting. You get the not anxiety per se, but you get the chance to lose, right? I feel like this game's very difficult to lose at a certain point when you start playing it, and I think the robot offers that ability to like add some suspense, you know. This is my personal opinion. I just think that people should be playing the robot a bit more, okay? Give the robot some love. Because I think he also has one of my favorite costumes. Like the robot and the bullet have my favorite costumes. And I mean, they are both movie references. It means they're kind of uncreative, but I don't really mind it all that much, honestly. I think they're both really cool. At least conceptually. That spacebar was instinctual. I actually did not think I would dodge that or that. I locked up for a second there. And oh, and yes, I used the bank, but I'll just buy another one. I don't really care. Or I could drop the wings for a second just to get hit. I don't really see. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's crazy. He actually got another phase off, and not only that, he did my least favorite thing. He spawned next to me about 3 different times, like a jerk. Okay, you know what? Alright, I see what your game is now. I don't mind. We still perfectly lost. But that was a big jerk move, alright. And alright, just I'm saying it too much. I feel it, you know. When you say something too much, you think to yourself, it's like the 3rd time I've said that in the past 10 minutes. It's the same thing as when you look at a presentation, somebody says like too much, you're like, do you like even know what you're talking about? Like, oh my god, are you even aware of what your topic is? I really don't like when people take forever presenting. Like, I'm an okay presenter myself, alright? I like presenting in front of people. I'd rather have that over, you know, oh, make this scene from Romeo and Juliet and have it done in a week. I really don't like that shit. That's just bothersome. And then you gotta work with other people, and gotta be worried about their schedules, and it just becomes a mess all in itself. It's not my forte. Not my cup of tea. And I just wish people would take more responsibility for their time. But it's not that simple all the time. Like one of my friends, we had to do a skit for the Odyssey and put that online, which it was actually really fun to me. But one of the scenes ended up being like extremely bad, right? But we were all aware that she wouldn't be able to come by another time, so we were stuck with that. We were stuck with a scene we weren't the happiest with, and we couldn't do anything because she had a busy schedule, and of course her parents weren't understanding. She kind of don't understand, right? You're in school. Why would your child be lying? Of course, but you know, parents are overprotective sometimes, and I guess it's understandable and respectable. But I just kind of wish she wouldn't. You know. Honestly, what can you do? It's one of those moments where it's like this person is not yet in control of their own life. You know, from an adult standpoint, they're still not there yet, so their parents still rule over them. So you don't want to double cross your parents or anything, because it's like you're biting the hand that feeds. You're really not doing yourself any favors. Also, damn, let's go. What did hot lead synergize with? Phoenix Blaster's gonna be better with that. Phoenix Blaster will never be good. I'll be straight up. Phoenix Blaster will always be strictly bad in my opinion. I haven't had a single good synergy with it. And it bothers me. I'm actually curious if there's a Gunther synergy. I'm guessing there isn't, because the gun's already like super OP as is. But it'd be just amazing to have a Gunther synergy that made it even more OP. It'd be very fun too. So this run, look, we have no boss killers. We have Gunther, which kind of doubles as a boss killer and a room clearer, which is really cool. But it's also like I want something that kills really fast. And this doesn't necessarily kill fast. It kills moderately against bosses, moderately quickly. And you just gotta dodge well. Get good, scrub, and you'll win. But I don't know. I wonder what the game of the year will be. Or not the game of the year, but the flavor of the month, It changes all the time. Like this month, there were a few really big games. There was this, with a new update. It's mostly why I even decided to play this. I had like 50 hours on this game and I hadn't even touched it in like half a year. But then I had the update came out and I was like, holy smokes, this game is popping. This game is great. It's not just like, back then the game was probably just too hard, and I was just like, too hard for me. I can't play this game. No fun. Which was kind of like hypocritical because I played Dark Souls and The Binding of Isaac. So hey, I'm not really putting up a great argument here, but that's mostly the reasons. I just didn't. It's also because I didn't find enjoyment, right? Back then there was like, you gotta leave the key on the floor and you gotta use your starter weapon for 50 years before so you save ammo, and that was like, honestly, that's really what held the game back. And I think this update, I think we're on the second lap. This update has just like skyrocketed the game's popularity. It's made it so much better. I'm really oh wait, I'm an idiot. We have a boss weapon. Blind. Huh. Dude, let's go. I actually love the lamp. The lamp is one of my like 10 out of 10 weapons. Hopefully we can preserve these Yuans. Oh my god. Let's go, dude. Get handled. Boom. Uppercut. Dude, I love this weapon. It's so fun. I got a magic candy synergy once, but it was the worst thing ever because my laptop decided to get a blue screen. And of course, if you've ever had a blue screen in this game, you know that you gotta restart the entire floor. It's really frustrating. And it wasn't frustrating because it's like, oh, I gotta redo the floor. It was frustrating because it wasn't the exact same floor. Like, if I had gotten the magic candy again, I would not have cared. Right? I'd have been like, alright, dude. Runs just as good as when I left it. But I decided that, oh, you gotta redo the floor. And I think I got, like, the fucking... Oh, what's that weapon? I think I can find it. Where is it? I hadn't used this weapon before. It was really, to me, it seemed like a cool weapon, but it was way worse than I had ever expected, which was really depressing. It's like this, the bullet bore. Come on, dude. Magic candy is way better than the bullet bore, especially with this. I think I want bullet bore over magic candy plus lamp? Hell no, dude. Get me out of here. So I ended up doing the run anyways. Of course I won, 200 hours here. How couldn't I? But it was less fun, I was really excited to try out that combo. The synergy was too good. Magic candy plus lamp meant 3 hits and 3 shots in 1, dude. Easy genies. Ooh, what's better here? I think +1. Oh wait, see, it's a difficult choice. Do I want +1, or do I want? Oh my god, I've been messing it up so much. Look, you're not seeing my typical gameplay. Typically, I'm not gonna end up 3-starring all phases. Okay, that's the thing. Which is really unfortunate, honestly. Oh, we can take both. Let's go. It's really unfortunate. That's the easiest counter. When I think it's getting really tight on time, I just end up trying to counter his Superman back into middle attack. But we're absolutely okay here. We got 1 whole minute left. I never try to hit that back. I'm not confident enough. I do try to. Oh, too early. Hey, still gotta hit him. I do try to, counter where I can. I try to learn. Okay, it's all a learning experience still. I've beat this at least a few dozen times, and I find it very difficult. But I still like to experiment with things because experimentation is growth. Like that. Oh, it wasn't enough. Oh no. Give me. Oh, there you go. That was pretty lucky, actually. And we got the platinum bullet. I rarely get that. Maybe we'll get clone on the next floor, and then we can make this a really long first video that nobody will sit through. I'm fairly certain if I had a clone run, nobody would sit through the hour and some minutes that I have to talk. Oh my, wait, oh, dude, platinum bullet makes this thing look sick. I like that. Alright, if you couldn't tell by now, yeah, the quality of the video probably not the best. And, maybe the audio quality isn't probably the best either because I'm using not a super good mic, but I'm using a decent mic. And it's because I can't really afford a mic yet, a good mic at least. My brother's the only one with a good mic. Because he is a hard-working, minimum wage person. I think he's hard-working, personally. I don't mean it as an insult when I say that stuff. Dude, all these weapons with the platinum bullet look really cool. We're sticking with Gunther though. There's no way we turn our back on this. Obviously we could skip, And you know what? Since this is my first video, you have to drop a passive. I guess I don't really care about hot lead. Oh. Oh no. That's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Oh, might as well try. Well, you know what? We were gonna kill the advanced dragon, but life is a roller coaster and you gotta ride. I'm not dropping 2 passives, alright? What do you think, I'm crazy? No. Nah. I'm not crazy all the time, alright? This run is already won. No way the dragon in its advanced form would stop us, okay? Just gotta know that. Like, what is he gonna do? I'm gonna eat the cheese and then, you know, after 20 seconds and it's gonna be back up and then there you go. That's the fight. Rinse and repeat. Just gotta dodge for like 10 seconds. Honestly, I think the boss is hard, but I don't think it's hard enough. And it's not me saying I want them to make it more difficult. It's me saying that I think that if they wanted him to be more difficult, they could have. Right? And people would have to learn the patterns and, you know, haha, you gotta actually like invest time into it. You know, knowing how to dodge this and that. But I feel like if you go through the rat and, you know, you're as good as I am, I mean, come on. An advanced gamer here. I'm not even lying. Like, if you're as good as I am, and you constantly get 4 chests on the rat, you're gonna have at least 1 invincibility item. Any +1 to that, you can rotate between the 2. And suddenly you're just cheesing every boss. It just becomes a pattern. It's really why I don't like going to the Lich either. Which I think I'll do this time. Unless I'm tight for what hit me. That I call baloney. Unless I'm tight for time, I will probably go to the Lich. And just straight up murder him. You know. Your boy's dusty. Your boy can't do anything against this. I also don't know how platinum bullet works. I looked on the wiki and it says it gets stronger for every enemy you kill, but I don't know how the scaling works. Is it like 1%? If so, dude, we're boosting. we're in there. But yeah, I've been talking a lot about the game, but it's just like I think it's a balancing issue, if anything. And I'm not necessarily sure how and if they'll decide to fix it. So I do think the rat makes you too OP. And it's kind of happy about it because, you know, it makes my life a lot easier. Of course, not everyone holds the same opinion, I guess. If you're new to the game, you won't see it that way. Maybe you will after you've played enough. Like, what am I to judge, right? Alright, there's something really funny about this room. I saw Josh Tucker TV. Alright, I was watching him, and instead of, you know, doing the little tricks over here, like dodging, he just teleported, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. You could just cheese the room if it has a teleporter on this side. It's really funny. I've never seen that in my like 200 hours. I've never seen that room have a teleporter where you can just like just alley-oop over there. It's pretty good. I hope I got one of those one day. I really don't like trap rooms. Every time I go to the bonus floor, I'll get that really awful room that's just like, you know, just these moving platforms, but there are like 3 of them and they rotate, you know, in waves, and you gotta dodge between the bullets as they're moving. And I think to myself every time I get to that room, why does this exist? I'm so pissed because I get hit every time. Alright, and it's not even a problem of like, get better, scrub. It's more like, come on, bro. That room should be adjusted, in my opinion. But that's just me being a big old whiner. I haven't gotten the synergy for this either, but I'm not even sure if I have the weapon or not, because I still have the Hunter's quest to do. which, you know, complete them at our pace, because, I mean, what else do I'm actually afraid that this will cause the game to lag. Alright, sorry. Ooh. Weapon looks cheesy? Is that just me? Does it? Why is our weapon yellow and red? Well, the red is, I understand, but why yellow? Is that gilded bullets? That's pretty cool. Anyways, easy boss fights. See what I mean, dude? These bosses right now, they're jokes. They don't even like stand a chance. And the rooms, they're even more jokes. Just because we have gilded bullets now, and we've got Gunther, okay? And platinum bullets. We just got percentages out the wazoo. Who's gonna mess with me? Alright. Now once we get to hell, issues may arise. Alright, or if we get to hell. I'm not sure if I'll do it still. I don't go to hell that often, alright? I know rooms that I hate when I see them. Like the room where you're in, well, not necessarily, there's an enemy in the center, and there's 2 of those swamps on either corner. And then they spawn 4 extra after you kill the main guy. That room is my nightmare. I hate it. I always get hit by that swamp. That's why I like having the cheese, dude. See a room I don't like? Pop it. Easy. Just don't even bother. Also, if you're a new player, I feel like as soon as you're able to fight the rat, like, you should. It will make the game so much easier, in my opinion. You fight the rat. Like, this is a great way to get all 5 of the bullets. Sorry. Look at this. I didn't hit the first 3, that's all you. But then after that, you don't even have to try if you have decent weapons. You'll just end up cruising with the cheese. And if you get a lead potion or ice cube, you are set. That's why I love getting ice cube. Like, even when I have no spacebar, if I know I'm going to the rat, I'm already sure the ice cube will do its job. Also, we're just gonna fight this guy. I'm not sure how this works, or if it works. I mean, it should work, right? Double vision plus, doesn't look like it. I don't think double vision plus 1. Also, gun, I don't think it works. I really like doing this. I'm just eating them. Which, I mean, if it doesn't work, we'll just use one, wait till it runs out. Switch to the other. Doesn't really matter. I'm being a bit silent because I'm trying to dodge. I don't want to get hit. This is such an easy one. Getting hit's like a embarrassment. Now I might get hit here. I might get hit on this part. Maybe. I'm not sure if you like voices. Look, if you're out there and you're watching this, tell me what you think, okay? I love doing voices. Doesn't mean everyone loves hearing them. You know. Oh my god, we're not gonna first phase him. Oh my god, I should have switched him. Second phase dragon. If you're out there, tell me what you think, alright? I can try doing more for you. If you even care. Like, I got a decent Mickey, I think. Like, I've listened to Ronald McDonald from Raka Raka. I love it. But to me, the Ronald sounds like a lower pitch Mickey. Like, slightly lower pitch. And it bothers me for no reason. And I've been trying to do it because I think I have a decent Mickey voice. But it just doesn't work out. I want to know how he does it. In my opinion, but I may not be the lich. I thought I heard like I said, I'm in my brother's room, so I may have to bounce a bit early. Yeah. Probably not. Like, you're gonna be watching this, and you're gonna be like, "Well, what are you? Why are you even in your brother's room?" I'm like, I don't have any other space, bro. I live in a small apartment. All right, so my apartment is like cheap, alright, and it's not cheap in the sense of like, oh, I got a cheap apartment, you know. Oh, it's really cheap. It costs nothing and it has no rooms, no space. No, it's a cheap apartment and it costs a lot because California, you know, living in Orange County, California is expensive. We pay. My dad works like 6 to 4, 9 to 5. I don't know, that type of deal. Like 8 hours a day plus. As just driving around fixing printers for Canon, and we barely make it by every month. All right, and it doesn't really help. All right, my mom, stay-at-home mom. Okay, just throwing that out there. If you have one, you know, it's a lovely lady. I love my mother. You know, I'm sure anyone would. Hopefully. You know, love your parents where love should be had. And I appreciate all that she does for us. You know, my mom is a lovely lady. But she doesn't work. Now, in a lot of circumstances, I'm sure it's fine. Like before, it wasn't a problem. But they started raising our rent $100 every month. Or not every month, every year, sorry. Every year, so it's almost about $2,000 a month. And for us, you know, we're barely considered middle class, which I think is complete baloney, to be honest. I hate it, because I'm a student, you know, I'm going to Cal State University of Fullerton, and being a student there, because I'm barely considered middle class, they started telling me, hey, you're not getting as much financial aid. But I live in California, bro. You know how much what you consider barely middle class is? Oh, whoops. It's like, I'm barely living by the I don't know what the saying is on. I guess I'm living on the edge. Or we're living on the edge. Because we'll end up paying the rent, and then like the next month we're just like, alright, no money. Like this month, we had to give them the rent a little later because we didn't want them to check it in too early, or else we might run out of money. I'm like, dude, that's the type of living we have. I think it's getting ridiculous, to be honest. I had help the manager is like kind of a jerk. we had asked the manager, okay. We had asked the manager like a year ago. We were like, can we get, because we have birds. I have like 6 different birds. I'm not a super big fan of birds, alright? Let me just put that out there. I own them because my mom owns them. Alright, so, you know, by definition, I have to take care of them. And I don't mind all the time, just that sometimes they're very annoying. They can get really talkative. Now, the worst part about birds is that we don't have flooring that's hard. We don't have like, you know, wood or marble or any of that. So we had asked the manager, hey, can you do this? Can we get the flooring changed? And she had told us, yeah, we could. But you know what happened is that a year later, nothing happened. She hadn't sent anybody in. She hadn't even given us any information on when she would end up doing it. It was really not cool. It was such a jerk move. And at this point, it just doesn't matter, I guess. And don't even get me started on how dirty the floor looks. It's not even our fault, dude. You know, you don't want birds to be like just sitting in a cage all day. You know, you want them to be active. So most of our birds are like out there, just flying around the house. This is the room I was talking about. We are not doing this. Get out of here, my life. No, most of the birds are just like flying around active. And of course, you know, you can't prevent it when they poop on the, poop on this carpet. What are you supposed to do? So of course, this means that our carpet looks like butt ugly, and that's why we wanted the flooring. The lady's never gonna get it done, and that's what I mean by cheap apartment. It's awful. And the worst part is that in California, we can't find a place that's cheaper. You know, in any place we look to, the best it'll get is that it's a slightly better living condition. You know, in terms of like maybe there's better flooring and like this and that, like more like choice of life. Choice of life. I don't know. Just like stuff that's nice to have, but nothing spectacular. So we're just stuck with living here for now, I think. I feel as if we might move. You know, my dad's considered it a few times, you know, looking around, using some saved up money to try and buy a condo or something. But honestly, it's a really weird. I didn't really understand how bad it was. Like before, when my dad had mentioned wanting to move, I didn't really want to move because, you know, I got a lot of friends and everything. But like being not a bit more grown up, I'm practically still a baby by a lot of people's standards, and my own included. I really didn't see eye to eye with the issues before. Now I do, sort of. And I'll probably never move. Stuck here. Yep, middle class America, am I right? I'm barely able to live off the skin of our teeth. I really hope I'm not too monotone. You know? I hate to like sit on that fact all the time. But I'm probably gonna go back, listen to this, think to myself, is this worth posting? And I probably will end up posting it just out of like sheer wanting to get out there at all. Because I think it's a necessity to just get something out. I've been talking about this with one of my favorite small-time Twitch streamers, and he talked to me about how it used to be really awkward. There'd be awkward silences in this talking until he got used to it. Now, I didn't really align with the awkward silences. I tried my best to like keep a conversation going. I hate you. Get out of here. And I try my hardest to keep the conversation going as long as I can. You know, whatever it's about. I'll try and make something up. Like, have you seen the weather lately? Global warming doesn't exist. But I don't like being political. You know, the implications to global warming are political, no matter which direction you take it. It's kind of unfortunate, because it's kind of just a problem that we all have to deal with. And the fact that it always has to be made to have a negative, like, oh, you're being political standpoint, makes it kind of annoying. Same thing with LGBTQ, right? Or it's not that I necessarily don't support it. I honestly think that you love whoever you love. You know, as long as you're not being an awful human being, you can love them all you want. I mean, I'm bisexual, okay? You know, swing both ways if you want. The chandelier's still there, so to speak. Oh, I really thought he was gonna blow up on me. And I hate that just mentioning things like that, people will like start bringing up like, oh, I really hate how blank and the government's pushing against our agenda. And I'll be like, I understand the importance of keeping the agenda alive, right? Just having it there to be acknowledged. Also, this is awful. Gunther is shooting the Reaper. Because it has homie. But I don't like that. I'd rather people just accept it. But it's a work in progress, I understand. I can't just be like, oh, everyone should be reasonable like me, because then I sound like a self-entitled prick, right? So, if you ever meet me in real life, just know where I stand on that, you know. I support their desires completely. I just don't show it, which is probably why I'm part of the problem of a group of people who just like, "Oh, I support you, but I won't show it," and then suddenly there's a bunch of like, well, there's no supporters for this, fake news and all that, which I really hate. I hate the news sometimes. Alright, if you're, okay, we got hit. If you're in the LA area, I guess, and you watch KTLA 5 like I do. I wake up every morning, my dad watches it. I watch it with him. I kind of enjoy the people on there. It's sort of interesting, okay? But I watch it every morning, and I really don't know what the news does anymore. Like, I get it's to inform your local area, but I'm not so sure I like it as much. I go on the news, and then what do I see? Oh, somebody's been murdered and stabbed 15 times. I'm like, holy shit, that's awful. But also, have you considered that we get this every day? And I hate saying that. I hate being the guy who's like, oh, we see this all the time. Why are you gonna mention it? But it's really like that. It's like the media serves to just tell me awful things that are going on, and then it starts to portray the world in like a bland way. Either that, or it's the exact opposite, which I don't like either. Where it's like the media is just a joke, Oh, here's my donut. Like KTLA 5, I think is notorious for this in my opinion, of just being like the news program where it's like super casual and like, it's just them like hanging out, right? It feels like they're trying to be like YouTubers more. Like they're trying to be more relatable, and it really feels like they're trying to like get the numbers, Alright, look, the switch fight ain't going too hot, but I got it done, so you can't blame me, cause I won. But it really feels like they're trying to be more appealing for the numbers, and I guess I'd rather they be really objective and appealing, but you can't really be both. It just feels like a corporate thing, alright? Like as we go along more and more, you're gonna see like more Fox News, more like that type of deal where it's really, sort of subjective, leaning towards either side, and if you're watching that, you're gonna get the wrong idea of what's going on in the world, and it bothers me. Like, what's the future gonna look like? That's already like weird with Trump, dude. The first day Trump got elected, a bunch of people at my school were like worried, and personally, I didn't know what to think. I was half and half about it. I had no idea or to feel good or bad about it. But as far as how things are going, I guess I err more on the side of bad. That's where I'm on this. Yeah, I hope this gives you an idea of what I'm like. I hope I'm not too monotone. And that's the run. We did a Lich run. We'll try and do an advanced dragon run tomorrow or wherever you get the chance. And yeah, leave a comment below. Tell me what you liked or didn't like. And I'll see you next time.